Welcome into today's edition of the Back Porch Sports Report Player Profile, a look at influential sports figures' careers straight off of the express lane. There will be a mix of well-known and some players that you have never heard of. Hopefully it will be fun and informative, so let's get to it. Today's player profile will look at Mike Lowell, former MLB player. Mike Lowell was born in Puerto Rico to Carl and Beatrix Lowell on February 24th, 1974. His parents were born in Cuba and are of Irish and Spanish ancestry. His family relocated to Miami, Florida when Lowell was about 4 years old, and he always has identified himself as a Cuban American. He attended elementary school at Epiphany Catholic School in South Miami. As a high school sophomore at Christopher Columbus High School, he was selected to the varsity baseball team but didn't get much playing time. So he transferred to Coral Gables High School for his junior year. In 1992, Lowell graduated from Coral Gables Senior High School in Florida, where he had a 4.0 GPA and was a star player on the baseball team. There is where he met his future wife, Patricia, a member of the school's nationally recognized dance team, of which she became the coach years later. They have one daughter, Alexis, and one son named Anthony. Lowell was awarded an athletic scholarship to attend Florida International University, FIU for short, to play college baseball for the Panthers. In 1993, he played in the Valley Baseball League, a collegiate summer league in the Shenandoah Valley region of Virginia for the Waynesboro Generals. In the summer of 1994, he played for the Chatham A's in the Cape Cod Baseball League, the CCBL. Lowell was a league all-star for Chatham and was inducted into the CCBL Hall of Fame in 2011. Lowell graduated from FIU in 1997 with a bachelor's degree in finance. A three-time all-conference player for the Panthers, his uniform number was actually retired by the school. Lowell was drafted by the New York Yankees in the 1995 Major League Baseball draft, and he eventually made his Major League debut for New York during the 1998 season. He was also, during this time, converted to third base after being at shortstop and second base in college. Although he debuted late in the season and didn't play in the 1998 postseason, he still received his first career World Series ring as the Yankees won the 1998 World Series against the San Diego Padres. Lowell was traded to the Florida Marlins on February 1st, 1999 for Mark Johnson and Ed Yarnall. This is where things got a little interesting for him, though. While waiting on spring training, he discovered that he had testicular cancer. He underwent surgery on February 21st, just 20 days after being signed to the club. He went through treatments and made a full recovery, returning to the lineup just a few months later on May 29th. He actually finished this season with a .253 batting average, 12 home runs, and 47 RBIs. That's a pretty amazing stat considering what he went through in the spring. Lowell had successful seasons in Florida and established himself as one of the elite third basemen in the league. In 2001, he finished with 18 home runs and 100 RBI. Lowell was on pace to have another great season in 2003, but in late August he suffered a broken hand when he was hit by a pitch by Montreal's Hector Almonte, forcing him to miss 32 games, but he did manage to finish the season with 32 home runs and 105 RBIs. During his injury, he was replaced by Miguel Cabrera, who ended up having a pretty good career for himself. Also during this season, he did receive another cancer scare, although it came out to be a misdiagnosis. He did end up having to go through a lot of scans and feeling that fear. He was quoted as saying something to the effect of, during the first battle, I had been married for 4 months, so it wasn't as hard as the second time because I had children and I had someone to leave behind. In 2004, he hit a career high at the time, 293 with 27 home runs and 85 RBIs. Despite a disappointing 2005 season, in which he hit 236 with only 8 home runs and a 298 on-base percentage, Lowell earned his first Gold Glove award during the season. He also finished third in doubles in the league, totaling 47 in 2005. The Marlins traded him to Boston in a deal officially completed on November 21st of 2005, in which the Red Sox received Lowell, pitcher Josh Beckett, and Guillermo Mota in exchange for Hamley Ramirez, Anibal Sanchez, Jesus Delgado, and Harvey Garcia. Although the Boston Red Sox took Lowell and his contract largely because the Marlins would not trade pitcher Josh Beckett without relieving themselves of Lowell's salary, Lowell fared better than expected as a member of the 2006 Boston Red Sox, for a time leading the league in doubles and providing solid defense at third base. Lowell finished with 20 home runs and 80 RBI. He also tied with Eric Chavez for best at third base. The 2007 season turned out to be one of Lowell's best, in which he set career best in hits, RBI, batting average, OPS, and played a key role in helping the Boston Red Sox win their second World Series in 4 years. One of the early highlights of the season came on April 22nd, when Lowell was one of 4 Red Sox players to hit consecutive home runs against the Yankees, their hated rival. During the first half of the season, Lowell hit .300 and led the team with 14 home runs, tied with David Ortiz, and 63 RBI. This performance earned him a spot on the 2007 American League All-Star team as a reserve player voted in on the players' ballot. As the Red Sox held on to the lead in the American League Eastern Division that season, Lowell continued to carry the team by hitting .350 during the second half. His season total of 120 RBIs was not only a personal best, but a franchise record for a Red Sox third baseman. Lowell also finished with a .324 batting average, 21 home runs, and 191 hits, also another career high. During the 2007 World Series, Lowell hit .400 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs, scored 6 runs, and stole a base in a 4-game sweep against the Colorado Rockies. Mike Lowell had his 3rd World Series ring and was named World Series MVP that year. He also became the 2nd Puerto Rican player to be named MVP of a World Series, the first being the great Roberto Clemente. Lowell, along with fellow ex-Marlin Josh Beckett, became the first duo to each get a World Series MVP by winning a World Series with one team in the American League and the other in the National League. Following the season, Lowell finished 5th in the American League Most Valuable Player voting. Although he filed for free agency, Lowell did return to the Red Sox after signing a 3-year contract worth $37.5 million. However, things didn't go as smoothly this time around. Lowell had trouble with a torn hip labrum that required surgery between the 2008 and 2009 seasons. As a result, he spent several stints on the disabled list. The injury caused him to miss most of the 2008 playoffs, including the ALCS, in which the Red Sox lost to the Tampa Bay Rays. It also kept him from representing Puerto Rico in the 2009 World Baseball Classic. He did return to action, however, for the Red Sox in 2009, although he saw a reduced role and playing time at third base in order to keep him healthy and in playing condition. After the Red Sox acquired Victor Martinez in a midseason trade with the Cleveland Indians, Lowell's playing time was reduced again, casting his future with the team in doubt. After the season, it was speculated that the Red Sox would attempt to trade Lowell. Following the 2009 season, the Red Sox and the Rangers actually agreed upon a deal that would send Lowell to Texas for catcher Max Ramirez. However, the deal was called off by the Rangers when they discovered that Lowell required surgery on his right thumb. Lowell underwent a successful surgery on December 30th of that year. He would remain with the Red Sox and join the team for spring training following rehabilitation. On April 10th, 2010, Lowell announced that he would likely retire after this season. In 2010 season, he played a backup role in the infield at first base and third base and was used primarily as a pinch hitter. On August 3rd, after coming back from nearly 2 months on the disabled list, Lowell stepped into the batter's box to a standing ovation at Fenway Park and hit a 2-run home run on the first pitch that he saw. On May 3rd, 2010, Lowell also had his 8th career 3-double game, setting an all-time record for the most by a player in a career. On October 2nd of 2010, the Boston Red Sox honored Lowell on an on-field ceremony as he would retire after the season. After his playing career, he did go on to become an analyst for the MLB Network. And that's been a look at former Major League Baseball player Mike Lowell on this edition of the Back Porch Sports Reports Player Profile. Have a good day, everybody.